This right here, folks, is the day that I learned the reality of how dangerous a plane can be. I learned this in the Bahamas. They have the planes that just go island to island, very short trip, like a 20-minute trip. And they actually look like crop dusters more than anything. They got one propeller. They only seat about 8 people, 10 at the most. And they have to know the weight of everything that goes on board the aircraft before the plane can take off. And I had never been through that before. And the guy coming to me with a clipboard in his hand, he said, "Sir, how much do you weigh?" I said, "Why do you need to know?" He said, "So we'll know how much fuel to put in." I said, "Fill it up." I'll buy, fill it up. I weigh 600 damn pounds. Fill it up. Wouldn't you hate to die in a plane crash because some fat woman lied about her weight? And hell, they'll do it too. Like, well, I just soon be dead. Just tell him how much I weigh. You know?
Working does not bother me at all.
Yeah, and I think we all took for granted that would be an attribute that would continue to be prominent in our society. And you know, I can't even wrap my mind around someone who doesn't work. That
doesn't want to work.
Yeah, that physically and mentally can. It boggles the mind that anyone who is physically and mentally capable of working will choose not to work or have no issue with not working.
And I also think, too, sometimes it depends on who raised you, who'd you grow up with. My dad, uneducated gentleman, and my mom, for that matter. My dad never got past the 4th grade. My mother never got past the 3rd grade. But my father, here's something that he told me and my brother a zillion times when we was growing up. My dad would say, "Nobody owes you anything."
Right.
Nobody owes you anything.
Right.
And my dad always went to work or he went out looking for work. And I'm my father's son.
Yeah, that is something that we all miss, and we used to think that was a given, and most of the people that you knew when we were growing up had dads that pretty much sent the same message,
Yeah.
but now that is not a given.
And I know, being average Americans, every day of your life, this thought goes through your mind at least once. Some mornings when you wake up, it's the first thought on your mind. And that is, wonder why anybody wants to be on Family Feud. Well, here's what I think. I keep visualizing some family out around Nebraska or Iowa Sitting around the dinner table one evening, the husband says, honey, you know what? They ought to be a way that we can let this whole country know our family's illiterate. Now, wait a minute. I know everybody here in Des Moines knows it already. I mean, coast to coast, just let them know we don't have a lick of sense. You know? So you end up watching them on the show. The lady introduces everybody. Now, Richard, I'd like for you to meet our handsome son, Eric. And that makes you sit up straight because you can see Eric's ugly. Eric's a senior at UCLA. He'll be graduating this year. And you're thinking Eric's going to do all right on this show. He's going to college. Now, later on in the program, it's Eric's turn to answer. And we all know what tough questions they have on Family Feud. Now, see, once again, in Mississippi, that line won't work. Down there, when I say, you know what tough questions they have on Family Feud, the whole audience is going, oh, yeah, boy. Anyway, the question for Eric is, name one of the states that begins with the letter K. And of course, Eric is stumped on this. But just before the buzzer sounds, he says Connecticut. Am I upset with Eric? No. It's that family of his. Good answer. Good answer. And they paid for his education. Like, yeah, that's good, Eric. See, I don't want to sound like a snob, but if I'm going to watch TV, it's going to be something cultured and educational, like People's Court. Laugh if you want to, but I'm going to tell you something. If my neighbor's cat ever pees on my rug and she won't pay to have it cleaned, I may go see Judge Wapner myself. Yeah. You know what I like about that show? Halfway through the show, they pause long enough to tell me and you, they say, these people are not professional actors. Had me fooled for so long. Of course, one good thing about television, the commercials are getting honest. There's one on now that tells the truth. You've heard it. It's not a car, it's a Volkswagen. Well, it's about time they fessed up on that. And then, of course, they still got the stupid ones, like the one for X-Lax. We're talking about a laxative now. In the commercial, you've got this grown woman talking to her grown daughter. They refer to X-Lax as their family's best friend. Wonder where they go for Christmas dinner, huh? I mean, the next time that commercial is on, you listen carefully to what the man says. Now, he's talking about a laxative. He says, and I quote, "It works while you sleep." I don't want that. No, I want to be up and awake, ready to go. When I first heard that, I said to myself, I said, what a laundry bill, you know. See, I'm kind of perturbed with McDonald's anyway. And don't misunderstand, this is not a put down. Because over the years, I've eaten everything that McDonald's has wanted to shove at me. The Egg McMuffin, the McRib sandwich. But I've stayed away from these chicken McNuggets. I don't know what they are. Well, see, just let me say this. See, I know that I'm not a brilliant man. And I know y'all sitting there now going, no. Well, I know that I'm not a brilliant man, but on the other hand, I'm not a moron. I kind of linger between those two. But I can tell you this, I've been eating chicken all my life. We can go over this together. You got your breast, wing, leg, thigh. Basically, that's about it. Now, where in the heck do you suppose they got these McNuggets? Let's see if we can work this out amongst us. Let's assume for a moment that there was really a part of the chicken called the nuggets. That's a cruel thing to do to a chicken. You know, for several years now, Kentucky Fried Chicken has had as part of their advertising slogan, "We do chicken right." Well, I guess, by golly, compared to McDonald's, they do. And by the way, have you noticed that's one thing that all of us fat people have in common? We'll do anything in the world to lose weight except quit eating. We like to read books, join clubs. Matter of fact, we like to read a good diet book while we're eating a box of cookies. And I've tried every fad diet that come along. Remember Dr. Stillman's water diet? You had to drink 14 glasses of water every 24 hours. I lost 2 pounds the first day. My bladder fell out. But I tell you what, I invented a diet. You fat people write this down, I don't mind. What you do before every meal, you drink a half a pint of Seagram 7. You're still hungry, but you can't find your mouth. You know, fat people will eat anywhere. I hate it when they eat in bed. It's nighttime, you take a shower, you crawl between the sheets, and there's tater chips in there. But see, when it comes to being overweight, we all become hypocrites. In other words, it's all right to be fat, but it's not so all right to date a fat person. That makes us hypocrites. And I know, I used to date a fat woman. Oh, Lord. Just so you'll know what I'm talking about. The moment you saw this woman, you just assumed that somebody in her family owned a flatbed truck. Yeah, you ever heard somebody say this? I'm out of work, I don't have any money, I can't go anywhere, but I still like to see other people have a good time. Liars, liars, liars. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm miserable, I'm going to mess up somebody's life. Here's what you can do. If you're not working, all you're doing is watching television. So any day, Monday through Friday, right at lunchtime, when McDonald's is the busiest, go through their drive-in window, order a bunch of stuff, then pretend your car won't start. Just sit there and block the window. Sometimes you'll have cars lined up a half mile. And every one of them's got to be back to work in 30 minutes. Except you. And you ain't got diddly squat today. Just get out and sit on the hood. Wave at them. You can talk to them if you want to. You can say things like, how long y'all get for lunch? So everybody's out on the front porch, and the phone would ring. And back in those days, the phone would have to ring 20 times before anybody ever bothered to pick it up. Things sure have changed in this country, haven't they? This whole country now has gone phone crazy. We're phone fanatics. We're afraid to get further than 2 feet from a phone. Got to have that damn phone. If it rings one time, the whole house goes into a panic. Get the phone! Get the damn phone. And we got all this newfangled BS. Call forwarding so the caller can just chase us all over town. Got call waiting, got caller ID. Got to know who's on the line before we pick it up. Hell, we can't take no chances. It might be the CIA. We got speed dial, read dial, got memory dial. Got everybody programmed in there just so we can hit one button. We ain't got time no more to hit 7 buttons. No, we're in a hurry. We might miss Wheel of Fortune. Everybody got a portable phone with an antenna, so everybody can talk on the deck. Got to talk on the deck. We got cellular phones, car phones, voicemail, Skypage. The whole world's got a beeper. You'll see them every night out in the lobby going, where's your payphone? Where's your payphone? I got beeped. I'm going, damn. Take a night off. They'll call back. But here's the way it once was. Remember back, think back now. Everybody's on the front porch and your mother goes, shh, shh, shh. Is that the phone? And Daddy would go, well, hell, something's ringing. Mom would go, I bet you it's that phone. And Daddy would say, it probably is. And your mother would say, if I knew it was going to be ringing like that, I'd never had it put in. And Daddy would say, I told you, honey, once we had it put in, it'd be ringing. And then she'd say, don't you start telling me what you told me. He said, well, I'll get it. He said, no, honey, you worked all day. Sit right there, I'll get the phone. He said, well, I don't mind getting it. She said, did I say you minded getting it? He said, well, I don't guess it matters which one of us answers the phone. And she'd say, well, do you want to get it? And finally one of them would say, wonder who it could be. So eventually, your mother answers the phone. And when she hung up, she would go, Lord, have mercy. And anytime your mama said, Lord, have mercy, only one of two things could have happened. Somebody died, or the neighbor's dog pissed in her azaleas.
Some years ago, now you folks who have children going to school, we all know this, that little children can get in trouble these days if they show up in school with any type of dessert. If you show up in school, the public school system, with cookies, candy bars, pastries, brownies, soft drinks, you all know this, it's not allowed in school anymore. The kids just got sugar in it. Now, most Americans think that makes sense, but it doesn't. Think what we've done here. I'm going to repeat this now and listen carefully. Little children, school children, can get in trouble if they show up in school with a cookie or a candy bar. Now, I believe in progress because life does move forward. But some things in the past makes more sense to me. Here's what would happen years ago when a kid got in trouble. He'd go like this. Ms. Jones, you need to get out here. Jason is in trouble again. Oh my God, what'd he do now? He showed up in school with 3 pornographic magazines. And he's showing pictures of naked women to all the other boys. And some of you older guys know that happened years ago. Pornography in school, you're in trouble. We got in trouble, big trouble, and probably got the ass whooping. But at least it was normal and it made sense. We're better off then than now. Now it goes like this, and we should all be embarrassed about it. Think about this. Here's what happens now. Ms. Jones, you need to get out here. Jason is in trouble again. Oh my God, what did he do now? We found a Tootsie Roll in his locker. As Americans, we should be embarrassed. This slippery slope is going down very quickly. Miss Jones, your little boy is in trouble. We found a Tootsie Roll in his locker. Those are banned because Tootsie Rolls have sugar in it. Think about that. So I would say this to the soccer moms out there. The soccer moms and the nutless guys they're married to. Ask yourself this question. Think about this. Ask yourself this. What kind of little boy are you raising? What kind of little boy are you raising? What kind of man do you want him to grow up to be? A man who is attracted to naked women, or a man who scares of a Tootsie Roll?
Everybody's got one person in their family or one close relative that is so stupid. It's the one you can't argue with. I tell you what, it's the same relative that keeps missing the 6 o'clock news because he don't know what time it comes on. I got an uncle that way. They give up my uncle. The bank called him up, told him that his account was overdrawn, so he mailed him a check. His dream in life is to own a 2-story mobile home. I told him, I said, Uncle Robert, there's no such thing. He says, well, they ought to be for people that's got money. Anyway, we was over at his house one night watching television. The Muppets had this TV special on. Miss Piggy come on the TV screen, and my uncle said, I bet you that's not a real pig, I just bet it ain't. I mean, I don't care how many degrees you got hanging on the wall, you can't argue with that idiot. Well, Uncle Robert, I believe you're right about that. Well, heck yeah, I'm right. Let me tell you something. I've been around pigs all my life. I will say this. From the neck up, the whole head. That looks authentic. But a real pig wouldn't wear a dress like that. He's the kind of guy that brags on his dog all the time. You ever heard somebody say this when they're bragging on their dog? They'll say, he don't know he's a dog. He don't. He thinks he's one of us. I tell him, I say, you paid $100 for that puppy. Get your money back. He's got brain damage. If he don't know he's a dog, he's going to spend his whole life running around wondering to himself, why am I barking? I've been driving all around. You know what I like? When they're working on the highways, some of these signs they have, like right lane closed, used left lane. The second part of that sign insults my intelligence. Does the highway department think if they had a sign that just said right lane closed, that there would be thousands of us parked on the freeway going, what do we do? I mean, and some signs we don't need, some we don't even need, like the one that says road and arrows. We don't need that, because we would just know. We go like, the road just got narrow. You know why they put a sign there so some idiot won't turn to his wife and go, honey, I believe our car just got wider. But it's better than flying, anything driving. There's no rest areas at 30,000 feet, as long as you don't drive with somebody who don't know how to drive. My relatives, my family, they can't drive. My friends can't drive. I'm the only one that can drive and read a book at the same time. Because, we all got crazy relatives. I got one relative who drilled himself to death. He had this high-powered Black & Decker drill, and he's going to put the screw back in his cowboy belt buckle. I told him, I said, I think I'd take that belt off first. He said, don't tell me how to use my drill. I said, okie dokie. He gets about halfway through and sneezes. He'd have been all right, but while he's waiting on the paramedics, he backed it out.
But here's what happens with the Baptist. More likely than not, we'll spend more time talking about the food and who brought which dish than we do talking about the poor fellow who passed away. Now, we've all been there, and you know what happens. Somebody dies, and everybody starts showing up. Some of them we haven't seen in weeks, months, or years. The reason they're there now is because someone has died. But once they get there, all the conversation goes like this. I'm going to try to illustrate this if I don't fall down. If I fall, you catch me. There's two groups of gossip, okay? All the men folk, the guys, they're sitting out here in the backyard just talking. Now remember, the only reason they're here is because someone has died. But here's their conversation. Have any of y'all heard her say what she's going to do with his pickup? That truck just got 13,000 miles on it. I wouldn't mind having that truck. Well, she can't drive it. It's a stick shift. I'm going to ask her about that truck. Of course, I ain't going to say nothing right now. But maybe tomorrow, when we get back from the cemetery, and I hope like hell that preacher don't talk all damn day. I'd like to get home before dark. But I'm going to ask her about that truck. I can get a cosigner. My niece, she'll cosign. My nephew can't cosign for nobody right now until he gets that crock pot out of the way. But the real conversation, folk, is among the women folk. They're sitting here in the house, around the kitchen table, the dining room, where all the food is. Here's their conversation. Well, I see Elizabeth brought that macaroni salad. I knew she'd do this. I guarantee you one damn thing. If it had been somebody on her side of the family, she'd have brought some kind of meat. Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about. When her sister's husband died, he's the one who got killed using a chainsaw. He'd always wanted a chainsaw, and it was his birthday. So we all pitched in, and 200 of us. $3 a piece. And we told her, we said, now you're not going to get no Christmas. But anyway, he was outside there cutting down fence posts. He didn't have no trees. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even his fence. So the neighbor shot him. Anyway, when he died, that being her side of the family, she baked a ham. Well, she says she baked it. She didn't bake that ham. It had pineapple rings and cherries stuck on it. I said, that's a Piggly Wiggly ham right there. But I didn't want to start nothing. Now, let me show you all the difference. When my cousin died, now we're talking about my side of the family. He's the one who drilled himself to death. Okay. What happened was he had this high-powered Black-and-Decker drill, and he was going to put the screw back in his cowboy belt buckle. I know. I told him, I said, I think I'd take that belt off first. He said, don't tell me how to use my drill. I said, okie dokie. He get about halfway through and sneezes. And his own blood thinner. He bled to death while his wife was in the next room watching Price is Right. She didn't hear a damn thing. Anyway, when he died, that being my side of the family, guess what she showed up with? 11 deviled eggs. Now, who in the hell would make an odd number of deviled eggs? We think she ate one on the way over here.
There's a sign over the airplane door. Do not open during flight. You know what that means? Sometime in the past. Some nut has said to his wife, honey, I'll be back in a minute. Think I'll go out on the wing and get some air. Here's what you can try. Next time you see the guy standing on the corner with that cardboard sign, I will work for food. You know the guy's been out there every day now for 3 years. Lucrative location. Why don't you pull over? Open your car door. Say, hey, fella, I see your sign there. You'll work for food. I got an acre of land that needs clearing off. Hop in. He won't get in. I know, there's a guy a few blocks from my house, same corner every morning, almost for 3 months, getting on my nerves, really. So one morning when traffic wasn't too bad, I pulled over. He had this sign that says, "I will work for food." I offered this guy an onion to paint my house. He gave me the finger. So the homeless can be rude. You know? Now, before we get into anything funny, I like coming here. This is where my favorite sign in the whole world is. It's over on Brainerd Road. There's a sign out in front of a business over there. The sign says, "Lawnmower Repair and Income Tax Service." Lord knows we've been needing something like that. Oh yeah. Just think how many times over the years you and I have carried our lawnmower in to get it fixed. It's while we were there. We probably said to ourselves, well, I'd like to get my taxes done while I'm here. I guess they'll franchise that out now. See, you have to wonder where the guy got the idea for a business like that. Did somebody go in there one day to pick up their mower, and they said to him, "You know, you did a job on this mower. I think I'll let you do my taxes." You all have a restaurant here, Poor Folks. A sign in front of Poor Folks Wednesday afternoon said, "Stop. Say howdy to our pork chops." Well, you know, I turned around. Oh, this lady started talking about regular size, hungry size. I said, "Heck, lady, I ain't gonna eat them. I'm gonna talk to them, get them out of here." Signs are interesting. You ever drive through a neighborhood and you'll see a sign in somebody's front yard that says, "For sale by owner"? To me, that seems like a lot of wasted paint. Who else would be selling this man's house? I've never seen a sign that said "For sale by neighbor." Well, heck yeah, come on in. What's up to you? They're on vacation. They'll never know. Come on in. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense. It bothers me that you can buy ham at Kmart. See, you folks aren't. You can see the humor in that. You know, in Mississippi, they won't laugh at that. Not only will they not laugh, they get upset. Like, "Oh, yeah, that's good meat over there." You know. I mean, you think about it. If you're in Kmart and you look at somebody's shopping cart, they should have in there what we all get at Kmart: motor oil, Pampers, gifts for people we hate. I can't imagine somebody heading toward checkout and the husband saying, "Honey, don't forget the meat." I mean, in any grocery store, baked ham is $5 a pound. Kmart, $1.89. What did this hog die of, huh? And listen, the larger Kmart stores, they've got the restaurant in the back, the Kmart Grill. Are you aware of the fact that some of the Kmarts now have a salad bar? Oh, don't that make your skin crawl? That's like Amoco announcing they have homemade biscuits. I think one reason I feel pretty good, I just had a vacation. Most people take them in the summertime. Let's say you're on vacation, you get up early one morning, get outside your motel, you go out by the pool, you stretch out on a lounge chair. All you want to do is soak up some early morning sun. And you look over there on the fence, and you'll always see a sign there that says, "No pets allowed." You know what that means? sometime in the past. Some nut has said to his wife, honey, let's put the pony in the pool. Well, heck, he's been cooped up in that motel room ever since we got here. Just laying there, eating Cheetos and watching HBO. Oh, he loves HBO. Saw The Godfather this morning. It scared him to death. Go get him. Let him splash around. Something I've seen all my life just got on my nerves some days ago. You ever been going down a 2-lane highway, you come upon a truck in front of you. And on that truck, there'll be a sign that says wide load. First of all, why is the sign even there? If you was going down the highway and you come upon a wide load, wouldn't you just mentally say to yourself, well, doggone, there goes a wide load. But no, they always put a sign back there. Could be a law, I don't know. But you look closer and they're hauling a house. Listen to me, there's a 3-bedroom home going down the highway. Have you ever said to yourself, and I bet you have because I can tell that me and you think alike. Have you ever said to yourself, who are these people? Why can't they be like the rest of us? When you and I get ready to move, we get in the car, we drive around, we look for another house. What come over these nerds, huh? Had they been living at a place 10 or 12 years, sitting on the dinner table on a Sunday afternoon, staring out the window, they decided they were just sick of the view. Well, heck, honey, I'll tell you what let's do. Let's just load this sucker up. Imagine going to visit a friend, and not only is he not home, but his house is gone.
Some of y'all may know this. For the past 2 years, I've been dealing with an equilibrium problem. Y'all know what that is? Hell, you just fall down. And it's getting worse than better. And 3 days ago, I fell in the parking lot at the bank. However, about 3 weeks ago, I took a major fall. I just hit my head. I called the paramedics. They got there very quickly. I was in the hospital for 2 days. They did all kind of testing, and they assured me that there was no brain damage. I said, hell, no brain damage. I'll just go to Nashville. So, hell, here I am. But anyways, just so you know, folks, I've only fallen one time while I was performing, and that was in Talladega, Alabama, at the Ritz Theater. And here's what happened. This was not even around. I just moved forward like a foot, and I fell flat on my face, and the audience started applauding. They thought it was part of the show. And I made the mistake of saying, I've fallen and I can't get up. They thought I was doing a skit. And they just kept applauding. They wouldn't help me up. So you folks on the front row right here, if I topple over and you don't catch me, I'm going to sue you. So, but everything's good, though. Hell, I'm in great shape. Just glad to be here. There's always something going on. The year before all that started, people thought I was kind of handicapped because I couldn't hardly walk with my right leg. What happened was I had pulled a groin muscle. If you fellows have ever pulled a groin muscle, that can be devastating. And I was so embarrassed because I pulled a groin muscle in Golden Corral. I'm not making this up. Dan McGinney would tell you this happened. We were on Interstate 85 going towards Charlotte. I saw a billboard that said, all you could eat buffet. I said, well, hell, let's just have lunch. Exited, went down this access road. As we were approaching the entrance to Golden Corral, a church bus. Yeah. A women's auxiliary bus. A whole busload of fat Christian women. I mean, God bless them. I told Dan, I said, we better run. If those fat women get in line first, we'll be here all damn day. And that's what happened. I was just rushing, not paying attention. As I come in the entrance, somebody had spilled either tea or water on the floor. I didn't see it. I slipped. I caught my left hand on this hand railing, but my right leg kept going. Ah, damn, it hurt. And it really hurt when I woke up the next morning. So what I did, I went to one of those little urgent care centers. They did some x-rays, and the doctor told me, he said, you have pulled a groin muscle. I said, are you sure? He said, well, somebody pulled it. I said, well, it had to be me. So the moral of the story is this, folks. Don't make fun of people. God will knock you down. I made fun of those fat women, and God came in my eyes like, man, you're about to do it.
And as you hear these Democrats and Republicans debate both sides of everything, and your minister even, or your governor and mayor and all like this, trying to figure out how come the kids are out of control and they used to didn't be that way and what can we do? Here's what happened. I'm going to act it out for you. Let's go back to a time when I was 13. Or you, even as young as you are. Say I was 13. And I get up in the morning, walking down in the kitchen area. My father, we were sitting at the breakfast table. My fat-ass father. In his boxer shorts. He'd be burping or belching. There'd be so much cigar smoke in there you couldn't see. It's like fog. There's so much cigar smoke. On my father's breakfast plate in front of him would be a small fried pig. Pork, damn it, pork, fried pork. That's what's wrong with this country now. We've got a whole generation of Americans who have never heard the expression, sop it up. So then you have that greasy breakfast, a lot of bread, white bread. You hear me? Damn white bread. Manly white bread. White bread. None of that modern day, all natural, multi-grain, dark brown, looks like a wad of dog bread. No. He had white bread and butter, real damn butter. His daddy ate butter, his granddaddy ate butter, and by God, he ate butter. None of this, I can't believe it's not butter. And guess what they got for some of you young guys now? You young guys, those of you who go over to Applebee's or TGIF Fridays and pay $7.95 for their stir fry. You know what stir fry is? Cauliflower, carrots, and broccoli. Same shit my daddy used to give to the hogs. They steam it in olive oil, charge you $8 damn. Not only are you a wuss, you're a dumbass. Guess what they got for you guys now? Not only do they have, I can't believe it's not butter, they got, I can't believe it's not butter spray. Have you seen their commercial? They got butter spray now. Squirt. I'm going to tell y'all something. You can tell the world that I said so. If I ever see a young guy squirting butter, squirt, I'm going to ask him out on a date. I think he'll go. I think I'll enjoy it. Eat like a woman, act like a woman. And my daddy would be eating a jar of jelly, a whole jar of jelly. None of this modern day $7 a pint, all natural fruit spread. My daddy had sugary teeth rotting in damn jelly. 49 cents a gallon. But anyway, here's the point. When he would catch a glimpse of me out of the corner of his eye, coming out of the bedroom, my daddy would start talking to me without even looking up from the plate. He said, boy, don't you even look in the kitchen because you're not going to eat this morning. You should have got your butt out of bed when your mother started calling you an hour ago. Now, why don't you grab those school books and get out by the highway and wait on the bus? Because if you miss school one more time, you ain't going to live to be 13. I believed him. My eyes went to school, unarmed. Now we'll fast forward. Here's how the scene is played every morning in America now. Young kid gets up, walks into the kitchen. There stands his dad, a modern dad, sensitive male. His dad is standing there in his ponytail and earring. Not only is there no boxer shorts, there's not even any Fruit of the Looms anymore. The young guys now, they wear not much more than a thong. It's like a little thong. It's little panties, little satin panties. Just like, oh, different colors, you know, green, gold, yellow. There's no opening. There's no opening. That's what's really wrong with America. The whole country now squats to
And I'll tell you something else about us Baptists. I'm just assuming y'all are Baptists. Well, let's just find out, okay? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to just simply applaud if you are Catholic. If you're Catholic, applaud. Just applaud. See? Not many, but we're glad to have you with us. And tell the Pope I said, hey. I need to talk to the Pope. I want to talk to Pope Francis about his wardrobe. We all see Pope Francis on television all the time. And Pope Francis always dresses the same way. Pope Francis always wears a full flowing, solid white robe. It's a solid white, it's a white robe. The Pope is just one hood away. I'm just saying. For being part of the clan, but I just also so I would suggest to the Pope he should add some rhinestones. Look more like Porter Wagner. I got crazy kinfolks. Y'all have crazy kinfolks? I mean, we love them, but, you know, I got one now. Had lunch with him 3 days ago. He's bragging, always bragging about something. He's bragging about a brand new 6-quart crock pot. And he don't have it yet because he's got it on layaway. And he tells me, he acts like it's the greatest thing in the world. He asked me, he said, do you have a crock pot? I said, no, I don't have a crock pot. You ought to get one. I said, I don't need one. He said, here's what you can do with a crock pot. You can put a raw chicken in a crock pot early in the morning, turn it on low, and when you come off from work that evening, it'll be ready to eat. Ain't that something? And I said, that's good, but you don't work. Like, you're home all day, you know. The reason he's home all the time is because he's never had a full-time job, because I don't think he knows how to fill out a job application. Where it says nearest relative, he'll put 12 miles. In case of emergency call, he write in like 911. Just crazy people. But it's good to be here. By the way, I got here about an hour ago, and I saw some of y'all outside. They had food here today, but outside the studio. It was wonderful, wonderful food. As you can tell, I love food. I tried every diet that don't work. A diet that I hated the most. A few years ago, they had this diet called the Stillman water diet. The Stillman water diet. You had to drink 18 glasses of water every 24 hours. I lost 2 pounds in one day. My bladder fell out. You know? But I love good food. Have you noticed that young people today don't know how to eat real good? Young folks, they get politically correct on what they eat. I work and travel with other comedians. Some of these guys, bless their heart, these are weird guys. I mean, they're 25, 30 years old. We always stay at the same hotel. They'll call my hotel room and they'll go, we going out running. You want to go? And I'm like, do what? We go run. You going? I'm like, no. But if you happen to cross a Krispy Kreme, you can bring me something back, you know. And I hate to go out to eat with them, especially, I love to go to the truck stops. And this is a true story that happened in Nashville just about, a year ago. They had me working with a 25-year-old comedian. We went to a truck stop, not a 4-star Mediterranean restaurant. This is a truck stop. We sat down, 2 comedians surrounded by truckers. Waitress comes over, big woman, not a lot of teeth. All this young guy wanted was a salad. Nothing wrong with that. But he asked this truck stop waitress, did she know whether or not any of those salad ingredients had ever been exposed to any type of pesticides? She said, well, we spray for roaches every now and then. I don't think none got on the lettuce. A few minutes later, she put the food in front of him. He looked at it. I didn't know it come with cheese on it. I can't eat that. I'm lactose intolerant. She said, honey, that's not lactose cheese. That's cheddar cheese. You see, I wouldn't make fun of these guys if they would leave the rest of us alone. But the ones I just described to you, they have the audacity to make fun of my food. They will point at my food and they'll go, do you know what that greasy food's going to do to you? I'm like, yeah, fill me up. I have to eat that way. I need to maintain my strength because I'm usually one of the pallbearers when my healthy friends drop dead working out. I love what they don't love. I love chicken fried steak, extra gravy, mashed potatoes, extra gravy. I was a grown man before I realized that gravy was not a beverage. Cornbread and a lot of butter. When I say butter, I eat real butter. You young folks, get yourself some real butter. Stay away from that phony stuff. You see it all the time. Heart healthy and smart balance and the popular one, I can't believe it's not butter. Well, hell, I can. They also have, I can't believe it's not butter spray. Like, pss, pss. It's a butter mist. Pss, pss, pss. Trust me on this. If your daughter marries a guy who sprays his butter, there ain't gonna be no grandkids.
should laugh every day. It's good for you. The problem is you can't go out and see a comedian every night of the week. You people have got to learn to amuse yourselves. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Like, for instance, the next time you're the lead car in a funeral procession, make a wrong turn. Oh, what the heck? Lead everybody through a car wash. Hot wax for the bereaved. They like that, you know. And my favorite thing, you can do this anytime. The next time you're in the supermarket, put things in other people's buggies when they're not looking. And then get behind them in the checkout line. I swear, you'll see them, they're just like this, like. I don't remember getting that. Then they'll pay for it. So everybody's out on the front porch, and the phone would ring. And back in those days, the phone would have to ring 20 times before anybody ever bothered to pick it up. Things sure have changed in this country, haven't they? This whole country now has gone phone crazy. We're phone fanatics. We're afraid to get further than 2 feet from a phone. Got to have that damn phone. If it rings one time, the whole house goes into a panic. Get the phone. Get the damn phone. And we got all this newfangled BS. Call forwarding so the caller can just chase us all over town. Got call waiting, got caller ID. Got to know who's on the line before we pick it up. Hell, we can't take no chances. It might be the CIA. We got speed dial, read dial, got memory dial. Got everybody programmed in there just so we can hit one button. We ain't got time no more to hit 7 buttons. No, we're in a hurry. We might miss Wheel of Fortune. Everybody got a portable phone with an antenna, so we can talk on the deck. The deck. Got to talk on the deck. We got cellular phones, car phones, voicemail, Skypage. The whole world's got a beeper. You'll see them every night out in the lobby going, where's your payphone? Where's your payphone? I got beeped. I'm going, damn. Take a night off. They'll call back. But here's the way it once was. Remember back, think back now. Everybody's on the front porch and your mother goes, shh, shh, shh. Is that the phone? And Daddy would go, well, hell, something's ringing. Mom would go, I bet you it's that phone. And Daddy would say, it probably is. And your mother would say, if I knew it was going to be ringing like that, I'd never had it put in. And Daddy would say, I told you, honey, once we had it put in, it'd be ringing. And then she'd say, don't you start telling me what you told me. He said, well, I'll get it. He said, no, honey, you worked all day. Sit right there, I'll get the phone. He said, well, I don't mind getting it. She said, did I say you minded getting it? He said, well, I don't guess it matters which one of us answers the phone. And she'd say, well, do you want to get it? And finally one of them would say, wonder who it could be. So eventually, your mother answers the phone. And when she hung up, she would go, Lord, have mercy. And anytime your mama said, Lord, have mercy, only one of 2 things could have happened. Somebody died, or the neighbor's dog pissed in her azaleas. And listen, think about this. Department stores are practicing medicine. For almost 20 years, we think it's all right. Let's say you go over to Sears and Roebuck just to look around. And by the way, if you notice, that's what we all do at Sears now. Nobody buys anything over there. Well, you're off this afternoon. What you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you. I think I'll go over to Sears and look around. All right. You're over at Sears. You're in the lower level, the basement. That's the hardware department. All you're doing is checking out what's new with Black & Decker. You ain't gonna buy nothing, you just looking. Now you get ready to leave. You go around the lawnmowers. Well, let me interrupt this a minute. Lawnmowers. On every lawnmower you've ever seen, not a sticker, not a label, embedded, molded into steel so you can't ever erase it. It says, keep hands and feet away from blade. You know what that means? Sometime in the past, some nut has said to his wife, honey, come here, let's trim them toenails of yours. Anyway. All right, now, you're leaving Sears, you're headed toward the, listen, you know what else you do while you're there? You always take time to look at that 72-drawer tool chest. Every Sears store has one, they've never sold the darn thing. Nobody wants it. It weighs a ton and a half. Where would you put it? They put it on sale twice a year. Nobody buys it. I grew up going with my daddy to look at that. He'd sit in the Sunday morning paper. He'd say, look at him, Junior. That was me. I see Sears has got that 72-drawer tool chest on sale again. You want to go over there after dinner and look at it? I'd say, yeah, I'll go with you over there. See, I guess that that's what's really wrong with this country today. Sons don't go with their dads to look at toolboxes no more. I bet you that there's some of you in here that never went with your daddy to look at paneling. See? My dad didn't need no paneling. He just liked to look at it. He'd sit in the paper on Sunday morning. He'd say, look at here, Junior. I see they got that paneling on sale again. You ought to go over there and look at it. I'd say, yeah, I go with you over there. Anyway. And I'll tell you something else, too. I'm going to see my dad again Monday. If he wants to go look at something else, hell, I'm going to go with him. You ain't got but one daddy, you know. All right, now, we're still in that Sears store, ain't we? We got to move along. Now, all right, you're leaving Sears, headed toward the door. On your way out, you bump into an optometrist. Listen to me, there's an eye doctor working in the basement of Sears. Don't you know that his mom and dad are real proud of him? Think about his parents. They're the ones that mortgaged the house, cashed up the life insurance to educate this twerp, hoping someday to brag on him. Hey, George, that son of yours, the one went to college for 13 years. Where's he working now? Sears.